Welcome to the GCN Tech Clinic, where we aim to answer your bike and tech-related questions. As ever, you can submit your questions down in the comment section below using the hashtag askgcntech, and we will do our best to answer as many of them as possible within the allotted time. Who's up first, Alex?
It's Outside. Anyway, I'm wasting time. They say, hi, lovely people. Welcome to 2024. I'm considering updating the frame stickers on my 2017 Focus KO, which has glossy black stickers on a matte black carbon fibre frame. So upgrading the bar tape too. Is there a best way to remove the existing stickers without damaging the carbon fibre frame? This is a good question, and I would be very cautious here, because you need to make sure the stickers are actually easily removable, because sometimes there's a clear coat over the top of the stickers and you can just about feel the stickers through the clear coat. And in that case, you do not want to be trying to peel those off, because you're going to ruin the clear coat on your frame.
Well, yes and no. It depends how, if you're prepared to take the time to do this, it's just going to take a lot of time. Like if there are, usually what brands do is put logos aren't painted on, they usually are decals, and then a clear coat is placed over the top of the decals. So if you're patient enough, you could take the clear coat layer off where the decals are. Yeah. And you have to carefully do that, and then take the decal off, which you can sand back, or you could then use just a solvent like a petrol or something like that, or a degreaser will help remove that. And then you could then put on a logo that you want, or update your decals, and then put clear coat over the top. The thing to realise is that if you then put like fresh clear coat on, it will make it look nice.
I've got an easy solution to this. Just get stickers precisely to the right shape and text and just stick them over the top. If you get bored of the design and the colour, you can just peel them off and you've got your original left behind nicely.
But the one thing to bear in that is that they might peel off a bit, so often that's why you do put the clear coat over the top.
It's a valid point. Okay.
But yeah, that's where you're sort of at, really.
I'd approach with caution, that's for sure.
Yeah.
At MTV,
I've tried to do it because it's difficult.
At MTV CJV9651, they say, hi, happy new year. I've just purchased a new Pirelli P0 tubular tyre. It goes down every 2 to 3 days. Is this normal? Love the show. Keep up great content. Cheers from Down Under.
Yeah.
The Pirelli P0 tubulars have TPU thermoplastic inner tubes in, which should stay inflated for longer than 2 to 3 days. It's only like latex inner tubes that will like leach air out slowly. Yeah,
they do tend to leach a bit of air. If they're leaching air a bit too quickly, it's the usual culprit is the valve.
Yeah, check the valve core.
So your little valve core's not quite tight enough.
Yeah, check with that. You can easily check that with soapy water solution, and if it's bubbling up, you can see that's where your leak is. And if it's not even been ridden outside and you've got a problem with it, you can maybe look to take it back to the bike shop or point of purchase.
Nicholas Remiard 3491 says, hi folks, I had my bike for 3 years and I would love to treat myself with some new carbon wheels. If I order the wheels from a reputable Chinese brand, can you provide a list of things and specs to consider before buying? Hubs, width, cassette, brakes, etc. Many thanks.
Well, I mean, let's go through it in the order of that. Hubs, I would just look and question to see what quality of bearings there are in there. Make sure they've got good quality seals on the hubs as well, and that you're not just reliant upon the little seal on the actual bearing. In terms of the widths of the rim, I think something along the lines of a 21mm internal width is probably about road bike standards for now.
The 28 tyres.
Yeah, before people start changing it, you could go a little bit wider.
Yeah, just sort of be conscious of what your bike can actually accommodate.
Yeah.
A lot of older road bikes, rim brake bikes, struggle with 28 tyres and struggle with that wider rim as well.
Yeah, I don't think they've said if there's rim or disc brake, but yeah, that's a really valid point. In terms of the cassette, well, match the cassette spec to what's already on your bike. In terms of the brakes, well, if you've got rim brake, like Ollie mentioned, check the rim width is going to be compatible with your bike. If you've got disc brake, check that the hub fitment is in line with what you've currently got, save you having to buy new disc brake rotors. So that's either 6-bolt or centre lock. There you go.
Definitely would go centre lock, so that's so much easier.
There you go. And then basically choose the wheels that fit your price point and mean you're going to enjoy riding your bike base.
Yes. Yeah. Alfred Broderick says, hi, I'm looking at getting some nice new cycling clothing. But how are full-length cycling bibs and jerseys supposed to fit? I don't know how tight or loose the bibs are supposed to be. I've looked at sizing charts, but how should I decide between two adjacent sizes?
Personal preference, I think. Cycling kit is designed to be fitted close to your body, so you don't want to have excess material bunching around, because it's also going to potentially take away from the comfort you get when you're riding.
Yeah.
Again, something like this is perhaps where your local bike shop might come in handy, because you can try the different sizes on, seek their advice. But generally, it should all be a fairly snug fit, and you can tweak that to how you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah, and well, so if you look at bibs and shorts, I tend to wear a medium.
Yeah.
But then jerseys, I can wear a medium or a small. So I mean, if I was just cruising around, then medium's a little bit more, there's a bit more room in it. It's not
Comfy.
baggy, but it's a little bit more room in it, and it's a bit more comfortable. But then if I was doing, an event or something, or if I'm trying to be as streamlined and as fast as possible, small is the way to go. One of the things that you often see is like when you bend over and assume the position. I find that, say, on a medium, I'll have a bit of like bunching of the fabric on my chest, whereas if I'm in a small, it just goes straight down. Nice, sort of fits me a bit better.
Yeah, I think I would prioritise your comfort over how you feel like it should fit.
Yeah.
Okay, next question in is from Odvo Skin. Hello friends, I have a Tax Neo 2 trainer which I've been riding for a while, though after I purchased a new Canyon Ultimate, it came with a 4i crank power meter. Noticed a large variation on the power data between the two. The trainer is consistently showing 25 to 30% less than the crank. Calibrate the power meter every couple of rides, but still get the same result. And they say they're definitely riding hard on the trainer, so it's not due to lack of effort. Any advice? Ollie, please expand.
Okay, so when you're calibrating your power meter on your 4i crank, all you're doing is effectively pressing 0 on the scale, as if it was like a weighing scales in your kitchen. You're not. It's like pressing tare. If the power meter is calibrated incorrectly, pressing tare does not fix it. I would say that based on our experience of power meters, the most likely culprit here, unfortunately, which you may not want to hear, is that your 4i power meter is overreading, and the Tax is more likely to be the correct measurement. So, fortunately, you might not be as powerful as you thought you were, which can be a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah,
I've been there.
I was just thinking that you could probably broaden the subject a bit. I think it's far more likely that an indoor smart trainer is going to be closer to accurate than a bike power meter, which has got a greater degree of variance available.
And the other thing is 4i are single-sided, so maybe you're far more powerful with one leg than the other, the leg that's measuring, and so maybe it's just taking that measurement and doubling it.
Yeah.
So perhaps you've got a big left-right leg discrepancy, and so maybe it is accurate, but that's what's happening. What you can do is actually calibrate properly a 4i power meter, and you can do this with a lot of power meters by hanging weights off them, and then that way you know the exact force that's being applied and what should be registering on the unit. If you search for that, you'll find methodologies that you can use for that. But perhaps an easier thing to do is, if you have a friend in your cycling club or someone you know who has another smart trainer, why not just go to their house and just for 5 minutes see what happens on their smart trainer?
Like trial and error, isn't it?
Yeah, and just see if the power difference is consistent with what you see on your Tax. I'm willing to bet it will be.
Yeah, you've got to accept there's always going to be a difference in power meters and indoor trainers, because they're only ever...
But that's a big difference.
Yeah, at best there's a claimed accuracy of like a couple of percent. So there's going to be a small variance, but
this is a big difference.
Yeah.
So I would be like, something's not right.
Okay.
More investigation is required.
And then let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Right, on to our last question of this week. It's from KangZTA1.
Kangzeta.
Hey, Alex and Ollie. I'm a huge fan of your show. Oh, thanks very much. You guys have played a major role in my development as a cyclist over the last couple of years. Now, they're saying, what is up with carbon wheels and water ingress? I've just bought some Zip 303 wheels for my Cervelo Aspero. Oh, lucky you. And given the bike a wash after it's got all dirty. After a few days, noticed water sloshing around inside the wheels. Am I going to have to take the wheel and the tyre off to get all the water out? What a pain. What's the solution here?
Zips often don't have a drainage hole.
Yeah, that's your problem basically. Carbon wheels don't always have the little hole on the side. It's like a little pinhole almost to allow the water to drain out. And if your wheels don't have
usually where
that,
the valve is, next to the valve.
If they don't have that, then yeah, you are right. If you want to get that water out, you got to take the tyre off, you got to take the valve out, and then shake it, or potentially take the rim tape out. Whatever is a right pain, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is a pain. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of wheels do come, as Alex says, with a drainage hole. So
in the past, whilst if you've just bought brand new wheels, I don't feel like I can suggest this, but if you've got a used set of carbon wheels and you don't want to invalidate your warranty, I have in the past drilled a small drainage hole in the side, but you need to be very careful how you do this. And I certainly wouldn't suggest doing this on a brand new set of wheels. No, approach with caution. But that is a solution to your problem because that's how it was made in the first place.
One of the problems that you can get with that as well is, and I've actually done this before with a wheel that didn't have a drainage hole, is that I was setting them up tubeless and I was inflating them. And what happened is I ended up, that drainage hole is also an air escape hole.
And you like inflated the rim?
I inflated the rim and the tyre. There's a big, huge rim tyre combo. That was the sealed tubeless system.
You've had a massive nightmare there.
And the carbon wheel in my kitchen exploded. Shards of carbon went everywhere. Massive bang.
Yeah, that's a major issue.
Another reason why wheels should have drainage holes.
Right, and on that note, yeah, let us know if we haven't got to your question.
Back to the guy saying what wheels to buy.
Look for drainage holes. Right, let us know if we haven't answered your question. Please do put it in the comments section down below and we'll do our very best to get some in the coming weeks and share our thoughts and advice. Right, we're happy. See you later.
Love you, bye.
Bye.